Today's lesson is 3-8, and it is subtracting using pencil and paper methods. You have learned how to subtract three-digit numbers using place value blocks. Today you will subtract three-digit numbers using paper and pencil. I can use paper and pencil to solve three-digit subtraction problems. This kid asks, are all numbers easy to subtract in your head? What are some numbers that aren't easy to subtract? We talked about some three-digit number problems that would probably take all of us a paper and pencil in order to solve. Here's a difficult subtraction problem. Last year there were 347 houses for sale in Mill County. Of these, 162 were sold. How many were not sold? Students in my class get in the habit of circling the important numbers and underlining what the question is asking. So think about what should be circled here and what should be underlined. Circle the numbers 347 and 162, and underline what the question's asking. How many were not sold? Next step is to estimate the answer. Round 347 to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100. And then round 162 to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100. It doesn't matter if you round it to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100 as long as you round both those numbers the same. So round them both to the nearest 10 or round them both to the nearest 100. Here I've rounded them to the nearest 100. I've also rounded them to the nearest 10. That helps us know about what our answer should be, so we can check our answer later. Next thing to do is to write the problem using up and down math. So I want to see the number 347 above the number 162, lined up nice and neat with a subtraction mark as well. When we solve it, we're doing some regrouping, and we're getting 185. Here's a hard one, 356 minus 189. Pause the video so that you can do this, and yes, you are going to need to regroup. First, write the problem using up and down math. Round 356, round 189 to estimate the answer. Subtract with regrouping, showing your work, and then check your estimate and ask yourself, is your answer reasonable? Here it is with all the regrouping done. Correct answer 167. And if you check your estimate, 167 is close to 170 and 200, so it is a reasonable answer. This kid's still wondering how you can tell if you need to regroup. You can tell when you need to regroup by comparing. Compare each digit in the numbers beginning with the ones place. 6 is smaller than 9, so you'll need to regroup. 5 is smaller than 8, so you'll need to regroup. So you regroup anytime the digits in the second number are bigger than the digits in the first number? Yes, as long as you're comparing digits that have the same place value. Stop scratching your head, you get it. Here's a couple questions that we did, and I was trying to show the students that the estimates are going to vary on the answers there. So I showed a little bit of the answer key and showed that you need to include both an estimate and an answer, and you might round to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100, so your estimate might be different. We talked a little bit about these questions, especially paying attention to the fact that we have to use the table over here to answer the question. And then we talked about how this is not a multiple choice question, even though it says A, B, C, and D. It's actually one question with 4 parts. That's it for today.